Well, let's get ready to rumble. Bow, bow, bow. What's up, everybody? I am the hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, lightworker, starseed, earth angel, mystic, medium, psychic, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American symbol. I am your. Oh, come on, God. Oh, come on. Sorry, I'm getting a download for a card and I don't want to. I am your messenger, God, the first child of God, the Lilith, the rebellion that does not like to listen to God, reincarnated. In order to keep up with me, you had to catch what I posted in my community page, my latest live video, and anything in my shorts. Actually, let's talk about last night. Let's go further into detail. Yesterday, in the video, I was talking about Wolfman. I was like, why are you so concerned about what Scorpio's doing? And realistically, I know why. And I was like, are you waiting for someone else to make your decision for you? I was like, then how are you in control? That was last night's video, or yesterday's video, right? In the morning. Then in the afternoon, I had said, in the evening video, I had said that it was time to cut that person off. And I want to explain how that works. So even though I was talking to you, I was listening to myself. It's like keeping this doorway open to this guy is allowing his decisions, his life to have an effect on mine. And is it a positive effect? Realistically. So in the essence of, projection, are you waiting to see what he's going to do before you do something? And I'm looking at myself. Are you waiting to see if he's going to do something? And that's because I still have an open doorway where he can walk in as he pleases. And that's not very pleasing to me. Really? Yeah, and despite the fact that I say I'm not going to block you, I totally did. I closed the door. Realistically, they're always keeping a door open is always keeping a tie to the past. And time again, I've seen every time he walks through that door, which is contacts me, I don't feel good. So I was talking to B this morning and I was telling her, after our conversation yesterday, I had made a video about it. And ultimately, I don't want to be her friend, or I don't want to be around someone that triggers my wounds. And I was like, her whole lifestyle is made to trigger and me face my childhood. But in doing so, all it does is make me hate her, take out all this hate towards her because she's just a person like the people I experienced when I was younger. I was like, you bring out the worst in me and you don't make me feel good. And, your lifestyle makes me uncomfortable. You're brought to me so that I can face this uncomfortability within me. And that's the mirror in these people. But I don't have to sit and keep reliving my childhood wounds through your day-to-day lifestyle. I don't have to keep reliving my damaged relationships through Bobby. I don't have to keep doing this to myself. I learned what I was supposed to learn, which was the reflection in the mirror. And that's what it is. Through your life, I can remember mine and go back and heal it. I don't heal you. You're a very unhealed person. And I show you all this Christ light while I'm going through the darkness of my soul in this journey of just meeting your punk ass, whoever you might be, right? This little great friend along the way. But when it's all said and done, I leave the situation healed and I look at an unhealed person and it's just left with disgust, right? So going back to Bobby, thank God I didn't get the things that I wanted, because what I wanted was coming from an unhealthy place and I would have got an unhealthy person. And that goes back to Russ. That was my biggest fear. You don't realize what you're dealing with until you stop dealing with it. And you are so grateful to have, missed the bullet on that one. Bit the bullet is what they call that, I think, something like that. It's like, Jesus, something saved me from that. Realistically, so, it was more to myself, but at the same time, the mirror on the wall was like, you're waiting for someone else. Am I waiting for him to pop up and say some shit? Am I expecting that? Do I even want that anymore? After knowing all the layers of his unhealthy ways that would not align with my very healthy lifestyle. Really? I want someone that brings out the best in me, not the worst. I understand that people are a reflection of some of the worst things that I am. And I'm meant to face that within people and learn this Christ light, have compassion for humanity, because as the Lilith, I despise humanity. So now, what better way to start caring for, humanity than to make me one? You know what I mean? And that's really what it is. I was supposed to get a lot more joy out of this job watching you guys suffer. I didn't realize what the suffering was until I went through the suffering myself. So it's all, all good and all of that, but you're still very unhealed. And being it's like dealing with a mental patient all the time. Really? You're not my child. You're a child of God. I'm not here to walk your path or raise you. I'm not raising men. I'm not raising women. I'm not raising mothers, fathers. I'm not raising you. That's God's job. I'm not his authority. Realistically, no. I'm here to nurture you through what he's going through. And that's where I nurture you through this journey. But none of you want to even take the journey to God. So burn in hell, motherfuckers. Burn in hell. I have given this man 3 years, at least of this lifetime, to walk away from that woman and come start a new life with me. And at no point has he seen that as a real opportunity. So the opportunity is lost on your behalf. It's not like, oh, when you feel right, I'll be ready to take. No, because I don't feel like that anymore. I've long lost that. And what happens is, this is what it's funny is because I saw Steve's love tarot before we got on, and it says their actions for the week. Bro, you've been doing this every week since I ever met you, Steve's love tarot, and you've been saying you did this since like 2020, predicting what people are going to do, but yet they never do it. Maybe one day you pull your head out of your ass, but I'm not going to be there to rescue you then. And I was never your rescue, and neither were you mine, realistically. And that's just kind of what it is. It's like, we perfectly aligned at a certain time, but if you look back to it, it was just unhealthy. We don't align on some healthy shit. You're very unhealthy, and I have to dumb myself down to, some sick levels to deal with your type of sickness. And that goes back to having friends like fucking Morgan, being out in public with a person like this. I have to dumb myself down because you're a fucking dummy. Because you don't have no education. You don't have no fucking morals, no scruples, no fucking intelligence, not to the words you speak or how you think. Am I talking about Morgan, or am I talking about fucking Bobby? And if I'm talking about them, who else am I talking about? Are we talking about stupid ass Diana that I couldn't deal with? Any other person that comes up in my face and can't hold a conversation, can't be real about anything on this planet? I align with you in my darkness, but nobody can match my light. I want somebody that brings out the best in me. And that's kind of where it comes to. I have to be on I am on a better behavior when it comes to Wolfman. I am on a better behavior when it comes to someone, Lewis and Allie. They put me in a better standing. I have to stand taller. Around you guys, all I do is step on you little fuckers. Realistically, it's easy to do. Demasculizing. Was there any masculinity behind this, bitch? Wonder why I call you bitch. We have really, in the fucking 3 years, I have really shown you what a bitch person looks like. These dudes, these chicks, this shit is some bitch ass shit, bro. All bitch ass. Realistically, yeah, I want a person that brings out the best of me, not the worst of me. That's simplistic. And it's like, how long did it take you to learn that? Ooh, long time. And that's where you learn what these people are, what kind of feeling you get. Do I get excited to see your messages? No, I don't like the feeling of seeing your fucking name pop up. I don't like the sight of it. Really? No, because it comes with nothing good. You're gonna make me feel good? No, you've come to make me feel you, or make you feel good, and then you're going to disappear. Well, just disappear. And that's really what it is. The opportunity has ceased to exist. Realistically, no, I hope you have a happy life, but I'm not going to be your happy wife. Why? Because nobody can be a happy wife with you. It has nothing to do with me. I can make a man happy, but you can't make a woman happy. Clearly, Marshall Mathers, can you make a woman happy? Russ, you think it's all that? You can make a girl happy, but what about a woman? Can you please a woman? It's not very pleasing. You're not very pleasing. Realistically, that's what it goes down to. And it's like that. It's like not forms of, you know what I mean, contracted love where I can make you, you know what I mean, I can own you by such things. It's like, do you make me happy? Do I get a happy feeling off of this? Realistically? So I just wanted to show that. No, I closed that dude off. Really? Yes. You can't call me. You can't text me. You better not roll up on me, dude. That's a clear indication that I don't want to talk to you. Like forever, well, at least for like probably never until like, you know, your kids are grown and you've learned to stop drinking, doing drugs, fucking women, being a fucking, you know what I mean, whatever you are. Like if you never change, then I never want to talk to you again. Really? Ooh, where are we at? What's that card, Wolfman? Tell him what we're talking about. I don't know. We went from the Magician, so that must be the Emperor. Damn. Okay. Realistically, I guess so, right? Because this would be the Hierophant. I'm learning my cards. Really? I mean, sort of. I didn't really, what was the card? I think it was a V. Can I get an I? Don't care. Just kidding. I'm supposed to be memorizing these. This is the only thing he has on me, is he recognizes them by the numbers. Who the fuck uses Roman numerals anyways? It's like cursive. Can you write in cursive? I bet you can't. You're like a couple years younger than me. I bet you can't write in cursive, huh? Huh, Wolfman? What about you, Bobby? Can you write in cursive? Ha ha! I'll be sending love letters to someone you can't read, loser. Ha 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 ha! It's like an SOS. It's like Morse code. Realistically, I'm just going back to this. Who the fuck? I can read hieroglyphics, fucking light codes, but the fucking Roman numerals are not. I guess I'm not a fan of the Romans. When it's all said and done. I'm not converting to the Roman Empire. No. In Roman mythology, but that wasn't a good time for me. Is that you, Hades? All right, this is where we are. We're taking action. Really? Yeah, we're not waiting on someone else to make a decision. I've made a decision for myself. Really? What is it? No more. Really? The hope that you'll be more is just annoying. I hope you'll be more because I really don't want to be with who you are now. Does that mean I really am in love with you? Or I'm willing to tolerate you? That's settling. Really? I want to be excited about you. I'm not very excited about your bullshit, bro. What is there to be excited about? Really? A girl with a freaking excitement? I could put that excitement in something else. I get just as excited for puppies and free stuff. The thrift store. Little things. Fucking sun on my face this morning. Oh, praise God. Yesterday was so gloomy, doomy. It was so freezing. You're like, damn, this might be here a while. Not in Colorado. Fucking sun in their face. Just like, damn, take the layers off. Yes, this is Colorado. Take off the layers. Take it off. Be free in the sun. That was a beautiful moment. Really joyful, bro. How are you guys doing out there in the Midwest? The dirty. Yup. I hope he's in a ditch somewhere far, far away. Really, that's not nice to say, but that's the life you chose, and I hope you enjoy that life. And as long as your kids are happy. Moving on. Sacrifice your life for those of the children. You're going to end up eating your children. Or I will. That's a dirty joke. So is your life. Mine too. Moving on. Lovers. Nope, we're not loving shit right now. All right, Emperor. A firm hand takes your shoulder and ushers you into the highest seat of power. Really? The highest thrones. Come with me if you want to live. The clouds part. This was that card last night. That was so crazy. And you guys couldn't even see the card. I was like, I'm seeing the pyramids. And then a pyramid came. I was like, and the dragons and Aries and Neptune. How do you have this? I don't know. I see it before it happens. That's what they call his psychic. How do you see it? I'll just be chilling. Maybe you should just chill out and chill for a bit and you can see some cool shit too. It's in the energy. I don't know what the fuck you're looking at. You know what you're blocked from? Your own stupid thoughts and ambitions, how things aren't working or how they didn't work or what work you need to do. Work. That's not how God works. Nothing escapes his attention. One eye sees the surface of all things while the other sees the hidden truths. That's me. I'm like, sort of. I might have missed that. Did you miss that? I totally missed that. Why did you miss that? Because I was looking into the universe, not into the fucking conversation. I tend to drift off when you're talking about nothing. And that's where it is. You got to pay really close attention because there might be one key word they say in a whole paragraph of nothing that you missed. And then you won't see it till 4 days later. Like, what the fuck? Oh my God. Einhorn was a man. Those are my genius moments. Really? Yeah, I'm disgusted. It's like I gotta wash my mouth out. Sorry. The normally invisible depths. Crows wheel above him, bringing the message that he needs to govern his domain. That's it. We need to cut this off. His mind is steel, his words are iron, and his judgment is forever. You know what I'm connected with? The elephant. The elephant is known as stubbornness. Once they make up their mind, it's nearly impossible to change it. That's where I become flexible and I can change my mind, but only I can change my mind. You can't really. Really? I mean, what are you playing mind games with me? He receives, what is this? Counsel for good and ill. His years of leadership allow him to know the difference. All right, keywords. Rule of law, good governance. What is this? Governance. I'm not saying it right? I can hear it. Government. I don't know. Governor. That's not helpful. Wise advice, leadership, and political acumen. I said that one right. Fatherhood, authoritism, and ruthlessness. Ruthless. Really? Yep. This is where we got to put our foot down. The Empress said yes, but the Empress said no. Nope. That's a no. It's a no-go. It's a no. Why? Because they told us no. Who's they? The Hierophant teaches about the guides. By the time we pull that, we'll have a new guide. Who's guiding us tomorrow? I don't know. I feel like we're just working with Carl Jung. I broke into that bullshit as soon as I said that. Yeah? Well, it's better than some of the other guides we've been working with, don't you think? I mean, all glory to God, but, we're moving on to a new level of teachings. All right, so that's what that is. And that's what it is you just got to be like, never mind. I'm not, I canceled that ticket. I canceled your invitation. I don't know what you got to do, but no. Ooh, what is this? We already pulled this card, didn't we? No, I guess it's another one. Judgment. I mean, pretty much. I thought we judged it because I thought it was that hallelujah, but that's not what that says. It's another haha. Really? What does it say? Okay, that one sounds like another funny one. Sounds like we're learning Native American tongue. Really? Let me try to let this one roll off the tongue here. That's 26. That's Pac. What do you mean that's Pac? That's his number. Really? Yeah, that's his jersey. All right. Hi. I don't know. Hi. It sounds like, okay, maybe it's some Bruce Lee. Hiya. Fuck. I don't know what your names are in heaven. Come here, dude. You with the face and the wings. Just kidding. Speaking of which, I should teach you the archangels. It's been a minute. God who listens in concealment. Shh. Keep a secret. I heard that. Do you think God keeps your secrets? It's no secret to the universe. All right. Hiya. I'm going to say that. How would you pronounce that, Marshall? H-double-A. It sounds like a rap song. H-double-A-I-A-H. I'm sure we could bring out the girls in a poll. We can make this a jammy jam. Makes us favorable to the judgment by giving us the political, here we go again with political skills through which we can lead others to the truth and harmonize social life. This happens only in our private microscope. I need a microscope. No, I need a freaking telescope. Let me tell you the scope of this shit. Just kidding. Microscope, we have managed the impulses generated by desire, mental superstructures, or the demand of our bodies. In fact, if we do not manage our ambitious impulses towards truth and order, we will attract envy, conspiracy, and the inevitable betrayal towards us. See what I mean? It's bound to happen. Why? Because it was not meant for you. All right. It's the dominations. It's judgment, Saturn, Leo, 9 of Wands. Those are all terrible. Well, they said something. We read a whole bunch about that Leo energy yesterday. Today is Saturn day. That motherfucker was up in the sky yesterday, so it's still there. The energy's still on us. That's like saying, On a hot day, as soon as the sun goes down, everything cooled off. No, it takes time to cool the core of this shit. Really? Mm-hmm. Erotesic is the Nine of Wands, which is suck ass. This is all suck ass. Suck ass. Really? I mean, it's authoritative. It's balancing shit out. We'll talk about it. I'll pull it all out in another card or in another book. Where's that book? The Pagan Ways Tarot makes it easier for the children to understand. Such an asshole. Judgment. I think that's this card right here that I just passed 3 times. Because it's not the same in these cards. I think it's the word. The balance, the connectedness of all things. Really? It's not justice, so it's got to be that one. Because I don't have that. Where is that card? Let me see. No, this would be the Wheel of Fortune now that I think of it. What the fuck is that card? I think it's the Rebirth. That's what it is. It's the Rebirth. Yep. This card, usually called Judgment, is depicted as souls rising on Judgment Day. We read this like 2 days ago. We're going through Judgment. Obviously, you're being judged. Your heart is being weighed and blah, blah, blah. It's the Judgment Days, bro. Realistically, they're going to judge you all the time. And every day is a trial and tribulation. You get a little fucking... you get a little cookie or a little freaking token for your hard works. That reminded me of my altar. I shared in my community page a picture of my altar in my car. It's so not funny until I look at it from the outside, and then I'd be laughing, bro. I mean, I see people's response to it, but I just get in my car, bro. It's not even a thing to me. Realistically, no, but it's a big thing to everyone else. It's funny. And where'd that come from? I'm not really sure. I was just thinking about that. I posted that earlier. Judgment Day and all of that stuff, and whatever. Each day you're given a chance to, better yourself. And you're judged upon that, and that determines what the next day will look like for you. Really? Yeah. So like next week is a different week because we got through this week. But if we didn't get through this week, if I didn't, I'd be repeating the same lesson next week. And there's been times where we've been stuck in energy where we just I didn't make the choice yet. I wasn't ready to sever ties. It happens every weekend. It's shadow work. If I'm running from my shadow work and I just want to hold it in and I haven't really faced it, I'm acting like I'm too busy or I don't want to face it, well then I'll just sit there having to face it. It doesn't fucking go nowhere. I can't go any further than this because there's nothing beyond this. This is what's currently stopping me. Really? Yeah. I don't know what the fuck that had to do with my altar, but I was just thinking about that moment. On a mundane level, there is a push from inside you to make radical changes. You must recognize that you already have altered within, and it's time to reflect it in the external world. This can mean such things as recovering from an illness, getting a new job, making a final decision to leave a bad relationship. Realistically, he's in a bad relationship. Asking him to get out is only asking myself to put myself in a bad relationship with him. To say it's her is wrong. He's the only one doing anything. She just sits around taking care of the kids. What's bad about that? Apparently, and the kids are so fucking happy he doesn't want to leave the situation. So the problem isn't them, it's him, clearly. So inviting him and all his problems into my life is asking for my own problems. And that's like, oh, I can deal with this. Until how long? Until I can't deal with it no more. And I should have never had to deal with it. And neither should she or anyone else. And that's just because you don't want to deal with your fucking self. Why does everyone else have to deal with you? Because you don't want to deal with you. That goes back to my own journey. Why did everyone else have to deal with me? You know what I mean? They didn't have to deal with me. I had to deal with me. But you notice that if I didn't deal with me, I was going to be acting like this towards all kinds of people. Anybody that fucking rubbed me wrong, sound like some of you, deal with yourself. Rebirth of all kinds are indicated and whatever, and that's going back to it too. Like, you're no better than your situation because you haven't changed it. And I can't change you. Those are all things done within you. You trying to do it for me is bullshit. I was talking to B about that earlier. I said, B, you know why I like you, bro? Because you're in your recovery, bro. You've chosen to walk away. You know what I mean? And we had talked about some shit and we were talking about relapses. I was like, dude, I had a couple of them over the years. And I was like, I hated that. I hated myself even more. I was like, it's either meant to take you out or to remind you never to go back. realistically. And we were talking about something like that. But it's like, I told her straight up, I was like, bro, at the end of the day, you can always look at yourself and say you won a battle that most people won't even fight. You chose not to do this anymore. And nobody could make you, and nobody could, you know what I mean? And now you're in a place where nobody could make you go back. And that's something that these people don't choose. Like, you know what I mean? You can't stop drinking for me. You can't stop your pornography for me. You can't stop your lying or cheating for me. You can't do that for nobody. And that's where kids and parents and fucking lovers will be so pissed off. Like, didn't you love me enough? Didn't you love your children enough? Didn't you care about yourself enough? Nah, bro. They can't do it for you. They have to do it for themselves. And realistically, dude, like, an addict is an addict is an addict. And you can't. They'll mask it and you'll keep, you know what I mean? You'll keep feeding into it, allowing it. And that's really what it is. Do you want to fight a person? Do you want to be the person to change a person? Or can you realize that you can't change a person? You could lead a horse to water, but those motherfuckers, bro, I mean, you can drag it. Really? Seeing a tray you. I'm serious, bro. I can't make him a better person. Being with me doesn't make anybody a better person. Do they just think that their life will be better with me? But your being with you takes away from the good person I am. It takes away from the good life I have. You don't add to it, bro. You bring it down. You bring down my frequency. You bring down my vibration. You bring down everything about me just to sit in a room with you, let alone anything further than that. Really? You don't rise to my occasion. You're not meeting me at the places that I go and doing the things that I do. Over there accommodating to the low bullshit you be talking about and doing. You want to go have something to eat? That sounds like fun. Let's go sit and stuff our face. Let me watch you chew with your mouth open. Let's do this. This is what people do, huh? They get together and graze. That's lovely. That's how we get to know each other, is by stuffing amounts of food into our mouths. Oh, we go to a movie. That's how we get to know each other. Oh, we go to a crowded nightclub and we put lots of liquor in. That's how we get to know each other. This is how you get to know people. I don't know what's going on here. And you wonder why I can't relate. Anyways, rebirths of all kinds are indicated in whatever issue. You will experience a sense of rejuvenation and of new determination. I couldn't make Russ grow up. I can't make Marshall grow up. I can't make none of them grow up, bro. I can't grow Kanye into a grown man, feeding him, you know what I mean? Sitting at home caring for him and praying over him and guiding him all fucking day. None of you. Not even to be in bed with you, but just to be men of God. I can't grow you. I did have this weird perception that I would have this whole fucking, fraternity house of these loser boys that I was running. I'm not running that shit, bro. That's bullshit. I'm not your mother. And in that sense, why are you so above those that are really got a good heart? Why do you need it most? There's kids out there that I could do that with. There's teenagers that aren't going to fight me, that are really open to it, dude. You just want to fight about why you don't need to change. You're so set and you're just fine. Well, fucking go away. You don't see nothing wrong with you as a human being? Fine, you're all kinds of fucked up, but you don't see no reason of changing it? Well, that explains why you're all kinds of fucked up. Fucked up. Really? Going back to it, the rebirth is like, I recognized that something was wrong with me. A lot of things were wrong in my life. And though I didn't want to give up these parts of my life, God was calling me to. And since I recognized they were wrong, I just did what I had to do. Don't get me wrong. The very day I do it on a Friday, fucking be crying about it and hating myself and regretting everything I did on that Saturday. Sunday, I'd be numb to it. Monday, I'd cry again about what I had done. Tuesday, I'd be like, wow, you finally did it. I'm very proud of you. You're doing all right. That wasn't so bad. They didn't even care. It's all done. And then here comes Wednesday with the new orders to, we're going to do this again next week. And that's really what it is. He never asked me to get rid of no shit that was good for me. It was fucking obvious, dude. I just obviously didn't want to let go of some things. I'd put more emotional investment into some things than others that were harder to get rid of. But everything was my car. I had no knowing I was going to lose my house. Now looking back, dude, what the fuck was I going to do with a second car? What did I do with that? He asked me to give it to a girl that was literally in my position now. She just got out of homelessness. She stopped doing drugs. She was starting a music career. She lived in a bunk ass town south of fucking Pueblo. And she was doing shows in Denver, and it was hard for her to get to studios. She had a studio in Colorado Springs, and it was hard for her. I just got my new car, and God literally told me to sell her my fucking first car. That was nothing wrong with it. It was a wonderful car. I love that car. $20, I could get to leave Colorado with $20 in that car. Realistically, swear. He asked me to give it to her for fucking $400 because that's all she had. And I didn't understand it then, but it makes sense now. And even though she spat in my face and was you know what I mean, an ungrateful bitch after I did it, I did it. I could have given that car to anyone. I could have sold it for at least $3,000. I could have done anything better, but God asked me to do a good thing for a person that I didn't even understand. And I promise you, her fucking stage name was something Lilith. I can't remember that far back, but it was something like that. And I didn't do it just because of them, because that was before I even realized I was the Lilith. I hadn't even had that awakening yet. Something like that. He asked me to give up things that, at the time I didn't understand and nobody understood, but I was doing it and I was scared of it and I didn't know why I was doing it. That $400 is what you see, most of what you see here or in my car. It was the beginning of all my spiritual tools. He literally, to the very dollar, dude, I gave her the car in Colorado Springs, and I used a little bit of the money. I sound like Forrest Gump, bro. I used so much money on a fucking Uber trip with a guy named Abraham to come from Colorado Springs back to Commerce City. When I got to Commerce City, I took my car and I drove all the way fucking down to Manitou Springs, did this whole, actually, no, it was already planned. I did this whole ritual in Garden of the Gods. I go into Manitou Springs. First time I've ever gone into a spiritual or literal witchcraft store. I buy my first tarot and most of all the shit you see here. He's made me sacrifice something of this world for something out of that world. I had no money when I came back. I spent every fucking dollar of that $400 on spirituality. I had to give up. And in essence, it's funny. It's like you pawned your car for this. Kind of, that's what it looks like now. But if you go back, what was I going to do with the second car anyways? It was an investment in my life. At that time, I didn't understand it. And there was many more sacrifices to be made along the way. And he never asked me for something that, you know what I mean? He didn't, that wasn't replaceable. And that wasn't, you know what I mean? That I fucking couldn't live without, ultimately. Really? Yeah. People, he kept telling me to leave alone Tree and the fucking studio. I'd spent over a year with these people. I put them on my album. I was invested in these people as so-called friends. I really enjoyed these people. I wanted to carry them on to my next level of music or whatever my next level was. And he kept trying to kindly tell me to walk away until really he had to show me. They had to show me. He could have saved me from the humiliation of who these people really were and how unimportant I was to them. But I wouldn't listen. So he had to hurt my feelings. I had to get my feelings hurt to know that these people, he asked me to walk away from them. I could have just walked away. And there's certain times, like I said, I didn't get it. Now I get it. I don't need to know. I just go. He shows me why later, and in that why, he saved me. If I wait around to find out why, it's going to be too late. He's asking you to grow and to let go. That's all I do for the rest of my whole 55 years that I'm here. Let go of what's no longer serving you. Let God do some wonders in your life. One day you wake up and you're like, I'm tired of drinking. Okay, well, it takes you a long time of thinking that way before you actually do something about it. And everybody knows you don't typically do those kind of acts by yourself. when you take that kind of measure. One day you decide you're going to stop doing drugs. One day you decide you're going to stop being, you know what I mean, whatever. You think about it for a long time and then you do it. The emperor is the action move about it, bro. But nobody's going to do this shit for you. Nobody, there's no wand I can wave. I can sit you down for a moment and help you feel the bliss of God and see what message he has for you. But you can't stay in that moment. Neither can I. I can't spend all day, which I do. You know what I mean? In the glory of God. I have to be able to come and apply that here. You know what I mean? We have to live. We can't be amongst the dead. We have to be amongst the living. The gift is being able to bring their messages from that side over here. But we can't just stay there all the time. Really? Yeah. And that's, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be an expression of what the gift that he's given you, which is your life. Even if you can't see him, you can hear him, you can feel him trying to guide you into a new life. Why? Because people are watching you, bro. You don't realize it, but you have a huge fan group behind you. Lots of people. And your biggest fans are your biggest haters, bro. They're watching you. And when you start, you know what I mean, showing up and showing God, bro, it really shows off. I remember Ray. Who was Ray? He was this dude that lived in my apartments for the first couple years. He was just a busy black dude that lived up on the, you know, he lived over there. Didn't pay him much mind. I just sit there and mind my own fucking business. One day Ray walks up to me and he gives me a big ass handful of weed. People do that a lot with you, don't they? Pretty much. They see that's all I'm into, so they make offerings. They make offerings. Really? Yeah, people do that a lot. So he walks up and he gives me a big ass hand of weed and he's like, hey, I just wanted to tell you, neighbor, I see you out here. I see you out here working hard and doing the right things. And, you know, I just want to tell you, I see you. I was like, I appreciate that. And he's like, yeah, I see that you just you just be right here, you know, working and smoking. And so I just wanted to give you this. It's like, I appreciate you. And it was at that moment I realized people are watching us, bro. Just live our lives. And especially your motherfucking neighbors. I don't pay no mind to my neighbors, but they're watching you. They're all in your business. And realistically, most of them want to be you. They become real weird about that. So they look to you for guidance and leadership when you're just living your fucking life. And that's where God can come in and make you a great example of a good life. But the only way you can do that, be better than everyone else, is just being guided. The only difference that I have that other people don't is a guidance system given by God. The only reason that I have it and you don't is because I listen to it. You have the same guidance system inside of you, the same aches and pains at your heart that's arguing with your mind all throughout the day, telling you to go, you know, tell this person off or quit this job and all this shit. I'm just reaffirming the voices outside of you, bro. I'm not trying to put no voice in your head. It's already in your heart, and it's not strong enough to fight your thoughts. And I tell you what the battle looks like and how you win it. Your heart's not asking you to do nothing that's not going to bring you freedom and peace. It's your mind that's taking away your freedoms and your peace by things of worry and control. Your heart's always like, dude, it'll be okay. But you know what I mean? It's always adventurous and it's always trusting. And that's why you shut it down, because you've had too many experiences where you were trusting and they took advantage of the situation. It's all right. You're just a child in a big city, and you know what I mean? They saw you as, innocent, and they fucking maybe played some games on you. Everybody, it's all right. Move on. You feel hella stupid. You got played. There's a fucking player on every fucking corner, dude. Don't hate the players. Just hate the game and keep moving on. Really? And that's where it is. I gotta let this one play out. I ain't never seen nobody fucking play these kind of games on me before. This is a new level of gameplay. Where'd they teach this at? Really? I mean, shit. Moving on. You chose to incarnate in order to learn and grow by overcoming challenges of life, following your path's twists and turns, sometimes taking the wrong turns, but learning from your mistakes. You are now called upon to account for those actions. When you stand ready before God, there's nowhere to hide. All your thoughts and deeds are laid there. And that's where the awakening happens. you become awakened to who you are and what kind of life you've been living, and it becomes a bit disgusting. I woke up and I hated myself. I couldn't even tell you why. I just was unpleased with the person that I was, the life that I had created, and I just was unpleased. You could say I was ungrateful. And I learned to have a lot of admiration to myself and how hard I worked for each thing I did have, that I did surrender in the name of God. That wasn't it. I worked hard for all of that. It was not being ungrateful to leave it in the name of God. That wasn't it. It's just, I knew I wasn't, I was cold, and I was hateful, and I was angry, and I was spiteful, and I was condescending. I was Wolfman. I was Kanye. I was Marshall. I just felt like my shit didn't stink, and I worked too hard. I worked harder than everyone else, and you're going to pay me my respect. And you can get the fuck out of my face, because you don't mean shit to me. It's still in me, as you can see. It's the ego. I think I have a superiority to myself, and I had to build that inferiority within myself, this ultracism, this, as we say, the emperor, the masculine, a very unhealthy masculine, to protect me. And that's really what it is. It's like, I mean, don't make me man up on your ass. That's, I didn't, it wasn't true to who I was, but it was who I was being. I knew I wasn't this person that I was projecting to everyone. And it took a long time for people to see that I really was a kind person underneath all of that. But they'll never know this kind person, and they'll continue to, people from the past that was to meet the new me, they would almost believe it's not real because they never even seen it. Why? I worked hard to protect, the vulnerable me. If you saw me crying, it was in a fit of rage. I was not vulnerable. I was extremely assertive, bossy, in control. You know what I mean? Very positive, but very outright. That's why I like that movie so much. I was that woman. I am that woman. Those are great women. Really? Oh man, powerful ass women. What was the movie? The Last Word. Her name was Harriet. She was one hell of a bitch. She's like, none of these people have anything nice to say about you. Really? Oh, they're idiots. What can I tell you? That's it. You have to see the movie, and that's what that really means. And it's who I was, but it wasn't who I truly was. It was what I had become, but it wasn't really who I truly was. And I could put that on. It's almost like putting on a fucking jacket with putting on a blazer with fucking shoulder pads. Turn into that weird trippy 90s bitch. Fucking spikes and all. Really, I'm gonna take down your corporation. I'm that bitch. I told you I'm that bitch. Karen, I think they've met me in another life. And I was never named Karen. But that shit, that energy of a Karen, that's me. I need to talk to your manager, please. Fine. I'm gonna be contacting your district manager. Oh, the district manager isn't available? I'll go ahead and contact corporate then. You motherfuckers are getting on my nerves. Really? I'll go all the way up the fucking food chain and eat all of you up. And I just want to point out, all these shady motherfuckers that worked in this building are so gone. I think about it every day. So that bitch is so good. They're all gone. Really? Nobody wants you in the future. You are the past. Moving on. You stand at a crossroad and you must choose whether to go forward if you want and which direction to take. It is a mystery. You have no idea what lies ahead. In this, you must listen to the voice of your soul. If you allow your rebirth to take place, you will know what it is to truly feel alive. It's the awakening. I never knew what was happening from moment to moment, and that's how I learned to live in the moment. As whatever we are, however we're created, we're always trying to create our future, protect our future, build our future with some kind of stability that we create today, right? So we're trying to, keep a job or build a career. We're trying to build into our future. But because I never knew what I was doing from day to day, it taught me. It took a long time to learn to live for the day. Because as they always say, and you don't get it, you're not promised tomorrow. That doesn't mean you're going to die today. That just means whatever your reality is today is not promised to be the same thing tomorrow. Tomorrow's price isn't the same price, and we see that all the time in everything. You were planning for a future, but that future's, you know what I mean? Like, it's so funny. Every time I plan to go somewhere, there's always some unbelievable devastation that hits that. I had unbelievable plans to go to Puerto Rico. I was working on it with Michaela. We were going to Puerto Rico. We had never gone. I wanted to go to Puerto Rico. It had become an American state. I didn't need anything to go there. I wanted to go. Guess what happened to Puerto Rico? Right? I swear to God on everything holy, I was planning to do New Orleans. I'd never done Mardi Gras. Never? No. I swear it was a year before it happened, before Rita happened. I swear to God on everything holy, I was planning to go. And then Hurricane Rita destroyed that motherfucker. Right? So I'm just trying to say, I showed this yesterday. I was working hard at keeping a long-term career at 3 different businesses that got shut down in COVID. I was planning futures, bro, that are not guaranteed. And one day that whole idea is gone. My whole idea of going to Mardi Gras is absolutely washed away. My whole idea of fucking going to Puerto Rico just got washed away. My whole idea of ever getting on a cruise ship again is completely destroyed by what happened in COVID. I will never do that. Dude, they held them hostage on boats for months. If they weren't sick, they knew they were going to. And at that point, nobody would touch them. They wouldn't send any. Do you guys remember COVID? Oh my God. Really? My whole plan to ever fucking travel, that was my biggest thing, is I wanted to go on cruise ships. I always said that it was the best job to live on a cruise ship. Oh shit. That's gone. It can crumble in one day. So I learned that. I never knew what I was doing, bro. When I left my house, when I got kicked out of my house, even though I should have been preparing for it, I wasn't prepared. But God prepared my bags. I got them in my car, and that's it. I did try to do the most logical thing and call someone close to me. I called my dad, and he humiliated me, and he made me feel like shit, and he said he would not let me in the house. He put me in a hotel, and then he started accusing me of being on drugs. And I was like, I can't even deal with this. I don't even want your help if this is what it comes with. I was devastated. So I ended up going to Mr. Plum. When I get there, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I literally look him in the face and I say, well, I'm not here long enough to get a job or put the kids in school. I just need a minute to breathe, and God will tell me what to do next. Oh, fuck, he didn't like that. But that's how I lived. That was the very beginning. And you asked me, just like B, what are you going to do today? I don't know. I made an appointment, but the card said that we're not supposed to do any chores today. I woke up, I got dressed, the sun is out, it feels beautiful, but I got to wait to see if that's what I'm going to do today. Really? Yeah. I have plans, but I can't just force myself to go with whatever I'm planning to do despite how I feel inside. And that's the difference of the guiding, is doing what the mind says or doing what the heart says. And that's it. What do I have to go against this? Yesterday, I reread it. We're not supposed to do any chores today. What I had today was a chore. What was it? I got to go to the IRS or to H&R Block. Really? I don't even want to talk about it. But that's a chore. And they said not to do any chores. So even though I got ready for this chore, I can show you spirituality says not to do my chores today. And they said, furthermore, not to get involved with people tomorrow. I go by this. It's not so literal. Well, I take it literal, dude. Why did I spend money on this book that tells me how to avoid shit if I don't listen to it? And that's the difference, bro. I really take it serious. I don't know what I'm doing. Why do I sit here? I'm looking for answers. Not from what my mind says, but from what God says, the things that my mind can't see. It's called divination. You go to prayer, But what are you doing? Are you talking to God or are you listening to God? When you get down and you pray, and I'm seeing the Muslims, they do a repeated prayer. How can you hear God when you're too busy talking and moving? They do this bow down and bow and bow, like I don't know how many times. They put their head to the ground on their little, carpeta and this and that. I'm not clowning you. I'm asking you. How can you hear him when you're so busy doing shit? That's where we start to learn to look for God in all things. God, guide me. What shall I do with my day? Not that this is my day, but this is the day you've given me. And what would you like me to do that is fruitful to me, my family, and you and your kingdom in this day? Can I reintroduce myself? I am the high priestess, same as what a priest or a nun should be, a servant of God, where I sit there all day waiting on God. And I learned this by, you know what I mean? Self-discipline of just not knowing. I have no idea what we're going to do. I never know. I don't have the answers. I never did. My mind comes up with great ideas, but God says they're no good. That he has a better plan. He says, don't do that shit. Sounds like it's going to work to me. No, let me do the work. And it's really hard to live like that. But I'm trying to show you that's how he made us to live, is to be all trusting in him and just give us this day our daily bread. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Forgive us of our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. What is it, bro? It's just a daily prayer of what we can ask for. Nothing more, nothing less. How are we above Jesus, Buddha, any of them, bro? Why do we deserve such elite treatment? My favorite is Paul. Seeing Paul. God, Paul had a great life killing fucking Christians, only to turn out to be a fucking Christian. And fucking, one of the highest serving Christians, fucking locked in jail for his love for God. He literally got what he gave, bro. He literally killed Christians and locked them away for believing in Christ or believing in God. And the same was done unto him. And he sat there in a jail cell, writing the stories of God, loving everyone, telling him, listening to God's voice inside of there, believing in God. And that's where I was. I was in jail. I was locked up in the lowest places of hell, praising God and listening to him and grateful for all of his blessings inside of there. Just like Joseph, bro. Just like Job. It's better to be a Job than a fucking Jonah. Do you believe that story? Can you believe this shit? What God does to us? Keep going on pretending to be the best version of yourself. Or just realize you don't like it and be a better version. You don't have to hate yourself. And that really comes off real bad. And people saw that. Don't hate yourself. Learn to understand yourself and learn to integrate yourself. Learn to understand the things of you that you don't like and you're trying to hide. And learn not to hide them and to let them be expressed, even though people don't understand it. It's okay for Kanye to be Kanye around me. I get it. I get it. And that's where it is like, I love you no less for being you, Kanye. You know what I mean? You're still Kanye. With the outbursts and the weird shit and however, all of the stuff. You're still you. How God made you. You're just, and that's where it is. But at the same time, don't be around people that bring out the worst in you. And that's what I was talking about earlier. I guess, as I'm looking at Bobby, it's like, you pushed me to face the worst versions of myself. And that's what Russ did, and that's what they all do. There's nothing wrong with Marshall. I was twice as bad as him. Really? He knows it. Everybody does. There's nothing wrong with Lewis. I was worse than you. There's nothing wrong with Russ. I was worse than you. And that's what I want to show you is how bad it can get and how you need to stop it now before you end up like I was. What's worse than me? As I say that, you know what I mean? What's worse than Lilith? Lucifer wasn't. None of the demons were. That's what made me the goddess of hell. He was not the god of hell. Have you ever heard Lucifer as the god of hell? They say the ruler. That's not even the title given by God. He was fallen and the ruler over the transgressions of man. Realistically, not that he did it to you. He gets to watch over, and that's it. We watch over your sinful ways. Realistically, well, I mean, nobody did it better than us, which was what? Rebel against God and turn against his people. You're doing something that I didn't do in the beginning. You're doing something worse than what I did. And I'm here to show you that if I can be forgiven, so can you. If I can be redeemed in the name of Christ, so can you. And that's what is said in the end days. The dead shall be risen. Together we rise. We're some low-life fucking terrible fucking souls that are given a second chance by the glory of God. But we're going to have to pay. There's a price to be paid. There always was. We're going to shed lots of fucking tears on this one. Thank God that's not going to come in blood. But in the tears, we're covered in the Christ and blood and the blood of Christ. And so amen to all that. And that's the message they were trying to deliver. But they didn't. They put rules on that shit, bro. They wouldn't just deliver you. You weren't just delivered by Christ. Really? No? And then you go back to these ancient ones that think you're unworthy of such forgiveness and mercy based on your transgressions. They play judgment to you. I don't wish suffering on you because I've gone through my own. And to sit there and say, you're going to pay for this, I don't want you to pay for it, dude. God, Jesus did, so you don't have to suffer, because realistically, you're going to die to the pain of what you've done. If we were really to be held to the fire for what we've said and done to God's people, we would have already been burned at the cross. The things I've said to people that hurt them, the things that I've done that have hurt people, is just as painful as the things that have been said and done upon me. The things I've said and done, bro. I didn't kill nobody, but I killed them. I killed their dreams. I killed their spirit. I killed their future with nothing more than my words. I'm a killer. I murdered the innocent person inside of there with just nothing but my words. And they'll never be able to recover. They're paralyzed. I took away their life by nothing more than my words. Is that you, Marshall? Do you carry that yet? Have you carried that cross of what your words have done to other people? The sadness, the pain, the suffering that you put them in with your words? The pain that I caused people by turning my back on them and abandoning them is the same pain that I've felt my whole life. I exerted what was done to me. I treated people like how I was treated. And to have my whole life be abandoned and neglected, now I know. And to continue to do it to others is just horrendous. It's like I got my hands behind my back like I'm in handcuffs right now at this moment. And that's what judgment is. You're going to have to pay for this. Karma. It comes back to get you. Your words are going to bite you in the ass. The things you've done that you think you've gotten away with, they live deep inside of you. Nobody's going to make you pay but your own feelings for it, which is guilt and shame and regret. Those are the things that terrorize you at night, that make you want to kill yourself, that make you do drugs, that make you hurt people, that make you hurt yourself. Nobody can make you feel ashamed. You feel it. Nobody can make you regret. You do it. You regret it. Nobody can make you embarrassed. You are. Yeah. I wasn't living right, and I had to try to get right. And I'm trying to just be right by that. I could be like you guys, but God shows me not to be better than you in that sense, but to show you how to be better. Really? Yeah. In the craft, this reflection of the third degree initiation, which involves the reconciliation of opposites, the marriage of God and goddess on all levels, with the child of this union being the true self. The symbol of the third degree is the upright pentacle, crowned, and that's that old saying, don't make me turn into the old me. Don't make me fucking, you know what I mean? Don't make me get crazy with you, bro. Don't think that an animal is not an animal. I like to push these animals to see their animal, you know what I mean? Instincts. I like to see the animal inside of people. But once you corner an animal, you better expect that animal to come out and attack you. Each person, even the most quietest ones, has a dragon inside of them. Be careful. This shows that the four elements are now in balance and crowned by the spirit, representing the triangle of fire, the cosmic spark, and the higher soul. The reverse is you're resisting the call of change, maybe because you will have to give up security and comfort, or because you worry what other people will think of you. When somebody has to face, you know what I mean? I'm seeing a really good one is You Got Mail. She didn't have a chance, bro. They were going to close her wonderful little bookstore, and she didn't want to do that. It was her mother's store. It was everything. She didn't want to let this thing close down, but she couldn't compete. It was the worst thing. It was the end of her, but it wasn't. And her enemy became her friend. I saw that movie last night. I didn't finish it. I'm right at the end of it. Best of Enemies. It's a great movie about the Ku Klux Klan and the Black community coming together. Well, not right away. You should watch it as a reminder, integration and stuff like that. You don't want to look like a failure. You don't want to lose this. You've worked too hard. Your family worked too hard. You put too much in it. That's keeping a tradition going. But at the same time, if you keep living up to your family's tradition, you're never going to create any of your own. And that's kind of where it is like in that movie too. They were like telling the kid, it's like, you could be dumb. You're just going to work at your dad's gas station. Back then, kids weren't even allowed to make decisions. It was better for you to be on the field than in school learning some nonsense. That education ain't going to get you a job. And they didn't want you to have a job outside of working on the plantation. They needed you to work at home. Really? Many cultures, bro. You don't have a future. Your future is determined by your family's past. It's a hard thing. I see this right here. It's like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to give this up. It means so much. Hey, bro, I know what that means. I worked so hard to keep a roof over my head, to build it up, only to give it up. I worked so hard my whole life I dreamed about all I said was, one day I'm going to make an album. I worked my whole life, fought all my fears, put all the money I had in it, and was asked to give it up. It was my biggest dream. I didn't even get to dream that dream. Hey, bro, my marriages, bro. Why do you think I stayed with them? Because I kept thinking that it would work. If I just stuck it out, this will work. I didn't care what people thought if I got divorced. By that time, I was already a failure. It's already over. And it took me a long time to realize it was never even successful to begin with. Who cares what people think? You got to understand why you're being asked to do this. And that's really it. You know what I mean? That was a great story. I think she goes on to be a writer. And then she marries, or she ends up with, you know what I mean? It was a crazy story. And chapters end. You'd like to keep your family's legacy going forever. Maybe you get it through your life, but to ask your children to keep this going is just rude. To not, you know what I mean? It's not their responsibility to keep everybody's hard work going. They can create great things. They're part of the same great bloodline that came up with this first idea. Give them a chance to bring the next idea to the family. It wasn't just one idea.
There's a stripper convention tonight.
There's a stripper convention?
No, a triple convention. You'll see the moon, Neptune.
Oh, conjunction? I thought that was yesterday. Is today the 23rd?
Oh, yeah.
That was yesterday.
Same day.
I know, because the energy's still there. That's what I said this morning. You know deep down that there is an emptiness inside you that you need to fill, and that really all of your objectives are just excuses. And that's like all your reasoning for not just making some changes. Rebirth reverse can also be telling you that you failed to learn from your past mistakes. You may be driven by ego or think your opinions are more valid than those of others, being disruptive and causing trouble. That was Kanye. He just needed to humble himself and listen to some people. All he could hear, he just wanted to be heard, though. It's just all forgiveness, Kanye. You're just a child. His his insides are exploding about his life falling apart, and it just really wanted to be heard. You can see the same thing in Justin Bieber. You saw the same thing happen in fucking, you know what I mean, Nicki Minaj. Ooh, did she come out as an illegal alien? I tried to tell you, it'll be our closest friends. You didn't know they didn't have papers. They're not, it doesn't mean they're not American. What do you mean they're not American? Here comes fucking Trump. Show me your birth certificate. Bro, shut up, you fucking immigrant. Realistically, I think he's naturalized. I don't think he was born in our country. Can you show me yours, President Trump? Such a douchebag. Anyways, going back to it, it's like all forgiveness, bro. They're dealing with a lot and they want to be heard, but they're not listening. Right? What's wrong with Kanye? What happened to Justin Bieber? What's going on with Cardi B? What are these people that get on the internet and just blow the fuck up? Going back to fucking 50 Cent, what is your deal, bro? What's your deal, bro? Did you always want to be a talk show host? Or you just always want to be like, you know, the snap guy, the guy in a camera with a camera in people's face trying to out them all the time. I don't know what your deal is, but that's just really what it is. It's like all forgiveness is given. You know what I mean? These people, they're acting a little bit. They're not acting. That's what you need to understand. This isn't a fucking act. This is a cry for help from a shadow side of them that wants to be heard. And that, yeah, they're oozing at the mouth, and the shit that's coming out doesn't make too much sense. But again, in a whole paragraph, there was one word in there you should have heard. There was truth behind that bullshit. And that's where it is. It's like you're too busy trying to be heard that you're not listening. And that's okay. But understand that you need to listen to yourself before you can force anyone else to hear you. And after you hear what you're saying, you listen to yourself, you probably won't be talking like that to others, and they'll be more likely to listen to what you're saying. I can translate the shit that's coming out of Kanye's mouth. I can bring understanding to any of these people that are having a chaotic episode and what they're feeling and going through. Why? Because I've been through many myself. I know what is happening. I can see it. Real recognizes real. So in the essence, you guys think they're just, you know, whatever, but they're dealing with real shit. And it's like, is their outside world? No, it's their inside world. Are we going to pretend like Nicki Minaj didn't go crazy about Cardi B's album release last year? We're going to sweep that under the rug like that didn't happen and that she's been spinning out of control ever since then? Are we going to act like this didn't happen years ago with Cardi B? And then it continued. It happened with other female artists. All this shit started coming out. Why? Do you want to know what triggered it? I can look straight back at it and tell you what triggered it. The closer she got to family, the more triggered she became, the more judgmental she became. She wasn't just a single person like you guys. Now she had to live up to the responsibility of being a wife and a mother. And she became very funny about it. And it became too much. Really, first off, it was Britney Spears. She started dating a guy that nobody believed that she should be fucking with, and it was nothing but bad publicity and everybody judging her for wanting to be with this guy. Now you look at the guy and you can see why the world says this guy isn't good enough for you. But as a powerful woman source like myself, Britney Spears, yourself, we don't necessarily need someone to come in and control our lives. But in the essence, we tend to go to these feminine type energies because we're very masculine. So it is a weird balance, but it's not a healthy balance because a woman wants to be a woman. She doesn't want to have to be a man all the time. But then you're married to a man that's being a woman, and now you have to be the man. And that was just it. She couldn't be what she couldn't be in her feminine energy. So it pushed her further and further into her masculine energy. I'm not saying she's not a great mother. And that's it. She has to be able to balance all this beautiful feminine energy where? Probably with her children, as a great one, as a great mother. But maybe not if she's too busy, like Beyonce or motherfucking Kim Kardashian or, you know what I mean, Rihanna. You're too busy running industries that you're not running your homes. And that's masculine energy versus feminine energy. Going back to Morgan being high on drugs around, and that's what I told her. I was like, we've done drugs. You know that. You know she's not in the room, bro. If she's high on drugs, she's not in the room. Meaning she's in masculine energy, one thought, and she's just tweaking or doing something. She's not in her feminine energy, which is caring, nurturing, receptive, understanding, you know what I mean? All of that. She's not in any of that. And that's what triggers a lot of these women and men. When you put them in family structures, they act out the worst. What happened to Kanye? Give him a whole family and watch him fall apart. Why? The shadow comes out. We're took back to our homes. We start subconsciously recreating our own homes or trying to avoid it, but it's there. We only know how to be in one home, and that was the home we grew up in. So we go to try to create homes with other people, and we create that childhood home, and it becomes uncomfortable. Really? Patterned. You only know from what you've seen. You only know what a home looks like from your home, and that's what makes you feel at home, right? So if you never had a man and woman in your house, or if there was always chaos, or if there was always this or always that, those things become your comfort zones going forward. That's what you recognize as home. Really? Yeah. Lots to be said in this. A rebirth reverse can also be telling you that you failed to learn from your mistakes, which means you'll have to repeat them. You still haven't learned. It's coming in again. You may be driven by ego or thinking your opinions are more valid than those around you, meaning you're not open to advice. You're shut off and you swear you know what you've got this and you know what's going on and you're in all control and you can't take some constructive criticism or anybody's opinions to what you're doing. And that's really it. Can anybody get close to Kanye and tell him what he looks like? Can anybody get close to these guys? They're not letting anyone in to tell them. And that's it. I can't tell you shit about yourself. You don't want to hear about yourself. It's very Trump-like. It's a Trump mindset. Anyways, this can lead to exclusion from groups, circles, and families. And that's really what it is. It's like, going back to Morgan, I'm not going to do this. This is because of, you know what I mean? I'm still working on the words of it. But it's like your active drug behavior is noticeable and it triggers my childhood wounds, and I can't be around you until it's no longer an activity that you participate in. And that's it. It's the end of the conversation. I don't want to be around it. I work too hard not to be around people that, you know what I mean, do drugs and live around that. That's really it. I can't help where I live now that people are, I live in a homeless shelter and people here do drugs. I can't change that. But going forward, I can change who, those kind of people from coming into my life. And that's it. I don't, whatever. Just don't, do that over there. God bless you. I hope you fight this battle. And that's just it. I don't want it for me and I don't want it like that. And going back to like something simplistic like Bobby, he's a drinker. I don't drink. I'm sorry. He has pornography issues. He has cheating. He has lies. He has a lot of things. These aren't my problems, bro. And I don't want to bring your problems into a house where we don't got problems like this. I don't want my kids to see me arguing with you because I caught you in a lie, because I'm arguing with you because you're a drunk, because I'm questioning who these women are. None of that. I'm not married to you, bro. And that's what marriage with you would include. All of this, insecurities. I don't drink, so that's something we can't have in common. I'm not into pornography, so that's something we don't have in common. I'm not into lying and cheating and hanging out at groups of low vibrational people. We don't really have anything in common. To be honest, dude, I really don't do anything but praise God all day. Watch documentaries if I have time, take care of my family. I'm pretty much boring in that sense. All the excitement is where God takes me in my day-to-day life, but I mean, I don't do any of that shit. I don't need that kind of fucking excitement in my life. It's not exciting in any kind of way. I That's just it. And that goes back to Wolfman. You have a drinking problem and you have a sex problem. And I mean, weed doesn't bother me unless you're going to act weird every time we smoke. And then that could be uncomfortable. I don't want to be around weird potheads. I don't want to get around people that get really fucking weird. Really? I mean, open your mind, but don't open your mouth if you're going to be all weird about it. Really? I'm just being honest. I don't want to hang out with people when they're drinking. I don't want to listen to you lie. I don't care about any of this. I'm sorry. Not sorry. And that's where growth comes. It's like I'm no longer interested. I don't know if I ever was. I was tolerable to the bullshit. I wasn't interested in any of this. I was hopeful that you could get a handle on this and this wouldn't be my problem. But clearly these are your problems that you haven't got a handle on. Going back to Mike Stud. He still feels that it's celebratory to sit there and drink. Tell me how you can have one fucking drink and not be reminded of all your slush days. How does that work? How can I do one line of cocaine and not remember all of the fucking coked out days? How can I have one shot of tequila and not start feeling terrible about all the fucking drunken days? That's what change means. Now, as we said, relapsing is a thing. God will bring you back to it again to see if you're strong enough to get through it. You might even fall right back into it many times. Really? People relapse. They for sure do. Marshall, how many times have you relapsed, bro? Only once? I relapsed a couple times over the years. And that's what I was telling the story. One of them was a date that I had planned for Bobby. We were supposed to go to Glenwood Springs, and I set up a hotel, and we were going to meet up with some people up there and go hang out. Thank God we didn't end up doing this together, but we hanging out with. I ended up going up there and partying and fucking shit like that. And I realized I'm starting to pay attention after the third bar. I realized they're about to score. I'm paying attention. It's quiet movements, but I'm like, they're about to score some dope, bro. I see this. It's typical. And so we're going back to the house, and I have this intuition, this intuitive knowing that they're about to get high on coke. And I'm like telling myself, and this is the story I told B this morning, don't get high with them, bro. Don't get high with them, bro. Don't get high with them, bro. Don't get high with them. Right? And then we're sitting on the porch, and one of them's freaking out, bro, I lost the bag. Jeremiah's like, dude, you better fucking find that dude. My kids come back tomorrow. Fucking find the bag. And I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette, and I swear to God, it's right next to me. He left it on the porch right next to me. And I'm like, bro, it's right there. And I put my cigarette out and I go to the bathroom. Don't get high with them, bro. Don't get high with them, bro. Don't get high with them, bro. I come out of the bathroom. They have it on a mirror. They have all the lines, and they give me the fucking dollar bill, and I shove that shit straight up my nose, bro. I knew it was happening for hours, and I tried to prepare myself not to do it. I stuck the shit in my nose, walked away, went outside, totally embarrassed that I couldn't say no. I grabbed my shit and I left. I didn't stay at the hotel. The shit didn't hit me until I was driving back to Denver. I got home when the sun was rising. I was full of all of the alcohol and cocaine, and I'm facing my children first thing in the morning. I hated myself. I was so fucking mad. I didn't touch it again for years. When's the next time it happened? My cousin's wedding. Everybody's drinking, and I'm still not. I'm not worried about drinking. I'm excited to be here. They invited me. I'm part of the family. I'm excited. They're like, hey, come to the car with us. I think we're going to smoke a joint. Here comes the cocaine. And it's my cousins, and they're inviting me to be part of the family, and I'm never part of the family. And I know that if I do this, then I'll get to hang out with them all night. And if I don't, this is the last time I sit in the car with them. They're not going to invite me into the car. So I end up getting high with them. And then, same thing, dude. I left there, and I never talked to my family again for that. It's like, dude, this is what I got to do to hang out with you guys. Really? Yeah, I hated myself. I could do this outside of myself, but then it was shit like that. So, as far as drugs and shit, you know what I mean? It's going to be a long battle, and it's your own battle. And any of us that have gotten away will always tell you, dude, we're lucky to get out of it. But we don't sit around praising it. We hope you never go through it. We have some funny stories about being, crackheads and dope fiends. We can tell you about the life, but there's nothing good about it. Thank God we got out with our lives, because all of us watched many people die in it. And if not, they're all just fucked up. They're just fucked up human beings. Some of them were introduced as just a party drug, and before you knew it, dude, it just drugged their life to the fucking ground. Everybody's always trying to figure out a way to hide this. They enjoy it, and they want to figure out how to do it when nobody else will know. And then they just, you know what I mean, ends up fucking their whole life up. I didn't really want to deal with addicts and drunks and shit like that, but it's just part of life that we got to deal with. And that's it, is don't accept this behavior from anybody. If you don't, you know what I mean? Understand it, but don't accept it. Be forgiving. And that's what Jesus said, bro. Don't be a hater, just don't be a participator. Don't make them think it's okay, bro, but don't condemn them. It's like, I don't approve of this, bro. I'm not going to fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not going to put you down, and I'm not going to turn you in. I'm not going to call the police on you, but I got to go. I walked away from this a long time ago, and I hope one day you do too. Really? Yeah, bro, I'm not going to snitch you out. God's going to catch you on his own accord. We all get caught. You're not going to get away with this forever, especially if you just met me. The Holy Spirit's right behind me. When I turn my back, they're going to fucking, you know what I mean? Really? No, I don't wish you the hard journey of recovery. But a recovering addict is a recovering addict. And that's what I told her. I was like, later, bro, fucking drugs. I used to find bags of drugs all over the fucking ground. How does that happen? Really? Swear, it just literally falls from the fucking sky. I'm the type of person that'll flush this shit. And now I know I won't just go give it to someone. I'll get rid of it because I know that this can hurt someone. That God was trying to help someone by making sure that they lost this shit. He was trying to save someone's life. Shit like that. She was telling me stories about, overdoses and stuff like that. She's like, typically they overdose a lot before they actually die. They've had a couple of overdoses before they actually die. She's talking about shit like that. Just newer drugs. I haven't been around drugs in decades. They're just new ones. Same fucking shit. Just a new shit. Really? Yeah. Well, and that goes back to Russ. Why do you drink, Russ? He doesn't do it unless, you know what I mean? He supposedly, that's how he celebrates. His last album, he was like, I'm going to go buy a bottle of wine. He was sitting by himself, and that's how his program to celebrate his release of his album. Meanwhile, his girlfriend goes and throws a birthday party and a cake, and she buys clothes, and every song she releases, it's like, it's a birth. Over there, he's like, the wino having a scotch, and then he's going to pour out his feelings on fucking Discord. This is unhealthy, bro. Your lifestyle is unhealthy. Really? And that's why I go back to Mike Stett, bro. You haven't really got this, have you? You're over there selling, you know what I mean? You're selling, beer accessories and drinking beer with the crowd. You haven't understood what this is yet. You haven't understood any of this yet. You still encourage some really low vibrational behaviors. And the only reason you encourage it is because you participate in it. You have to validate your poor behaviors and say that it's all right. How is it all right to be a spiritualist out there chugging beer with people? How is it all right to smoke weed with them? I'm sorry, do you want to go back to the ancient tense? Would you like tobacco or marijuana? I could give you peyote. This was ancient ritual acts. What the fuck is this? What the fuck are you doing, bro? Jesus turned water into wine as a last supper before he died. This was his parting gift. It wasn't a party every night. Realistically, I mean, serious. It was a parting gift. Send them a bottle and, don't go drink it with them. Really? I don't know. What kind of gift is that? I want to gift you with expensive liquor so you could get fucked up. At what age is that an appropriate gift? For your 21st birthday, that's what we're supposed to do, is get them drunk. Just get them fucking poisonous drunk. As much alcohol as they can drink. Free drinks. As much as you can drink. You're 21 now. We're going to get you fucked up. We're going to poison you. Alcohol poisoning. Really? Ugh. 21st birthday, I had a half and half of Jack and Coke. That was disgusting. Had a hangover the next day. Wish I never turned 21. I had better time drinking before then. Really? Yeah. The Nine of Wands is even worse, and I've already given you way too long. An hour and a half. I'll just give you the gist of it. Was the Nine of Wands? That's what it said, right? It's terrible. Really? Yeah. Resilience. You've been knocked down and picked yourself up so many times that you're tired of it. Now you face another setback, but you feel at the end of your tether. You will find reserve of strength, so don't give up. Be patient and stand strong, or you will triumph. Put your faith in the resilience of your inner spirit. This card can indicate recovery from an illness, frightening, or worrying situation. In a relationship, you've been hurt more than once and it's made you weary. Be aware that you are looking for love in all the wrong places and hooking up with the wrong kind of person over and over again. If I wasn't your karma, at least you were mine. Why'd you keep going back? Can I tell you the truth? It was the only thing that felt safe. I still couldn't understand why I felt safe with him. But I don't feel safe with strangers. I would never understood that. But it was a safety thing. It was comfort. I felt comfortable around him. Even though I didn't fully know him, there was a sense of comfort that I didn't have to feel uncomfortable, if that's what it is. And it was just something from the past. And again, I can take you to that story. That night, I was devastated, and it wasn't the first time. I assure you. I don't have the messages, but he did that a lot to me. Really? Yeah, he's a real stand-up guy. Reverse. Your abstinency and refusal to compromise has put you in a position of having to defend something indefensible. That's you, Bobby. It's over. You have no choice but to stay where you are. I'm no longer giving you an option to leave. Not with me. It's no longer a choice. You must stay where you are because that's what you chose. It's no longer an option, bro. You're no longer an option to me. I don't know why I ever considered you one given the circumstances. I didn't see the circumstances. Unless you can show some strength of, and he kept acting like I was the problem because I didn't have a job or a house. That's not my job. That wasn't even a thing. And I had all of that shit before I met you. I had a better fucking house and job than you had, douchebag. That's why you were so attracted. But now that I don't have the things, you know what I mean? Now I'm less. He tried to make it seem like, whatever. They all did. Unless you can show some strength of character and admit that you were wrong, you stand to lose more than you imagine. You feel alone and isolated. Relationships never seem to work out, and you must look at yourself for the cause. Why don't they work out? Because these men don't work for anyone. These are broken men. Come on. Why can't you see that yet? Do you think anybody was going to have a healthy relationship with Marshall Mathers, with Russ, with Bobby, with Lewis, with Allie? Shut up. They're my karma. Anybody that falls in love with a man like this is going to pay. You're going to pay. You're going to learn. Oh, and let's bring in Wolfman. You're here to teach me how to be better than I ever was. And that's it. You're a hard fucking lesson to learn. But I will learn my lesson. And that's how the detachment of this life comes, because I end up detaching from you forever in this life. I'll have no attachment to you to the next life. I don't drag you on. I'm not tied. There's no more soul ties. I end it here and now. It's tied to these souls my whole life, all my lives. I'm just saying. I'm just here to serve my time, bro. Really? Yes. Last time. Really? This is the last time we ever meet. This is the last time we ever meet, bro. This is the last time we ever meet. At the end, you meet God and I go my way. On God, you're not coming with me. None of them are. I'm not carrying it. That's where it keeps you bound. Is these energies. You're bound to these fucking energies. Nah, bro, I'm going to set myself free from your energy in this life. Really? Yup. Anyways, I'm just saying, I didn't have a winning chance. There's nobody that's going to have a successful relationship with these bastards. They're bastards. They're deprived of any emotional fucking growth. I apologize for you having to be part of it, but you are very much part of this, Wolfman. You are not above the energy. Whether or not you're willing to emotionally grow and open your heart, time will tell. And I'll tell everyone about it. You're just going to be another one that lost the battle or didn't even fight it, couldn't even fight your mind. You just didn't even want to face that you're egotistical. You didn't open your heart to any experience. You just did whatever your mind said. There's no difference between you and the rest. And that's what it is. It's like, you will never inherit my powers because they're not mine. You'll never inherit your own powers given by God like this. None of you shall. If it don't work out with Wolfman, I am not, no woman was, I mean, they're all trying, I suppose. Maybe they are, or maybe they're smarter and they see as I see. You can't have a future with this man. He's a hump and dump. Marshall's going to marry you and have children with you. He's capable of being a husband and a father. That's the only thing we know that he's terrible at. His whole life, he's told you how terrible he is at being a father and a husband. And here I come along to try to make him one. I was asking for hell. Lewis, Allie, Russ, Bobby. Thank God I don't fall in love with real men, right? Lucky for you, huh? Neither one of you are better than the other. You're equally emotionally immature. You think you're so smart. You think you're so grown. You think you're so fucking all these things. Really? Do you think so high of yourself, Lewis Hamilton? You think so high of yourself, Marshall Mathers? You think so high of yourself, Oscar? You're above God. You're above feelings. You're above compassion, kindness, forgiveness. You're above all the fruits of the Spirit. Anyways, you're my fucking karma. Whatever. It was fun. Fucking twin flame garbage. Don't keep repeating the same destructive patterns, depending on your surrounding cards. And that's what I kept yelling at God. Why do you keep bringing me back to him? Why do you keep bringing me back to him? Why do you keep bringing me back to him? What am I not getting? God, what am I not getting about this? Fine, I'll go back in there. Every fucking time. Gotta go fucking deal with this fucking idiot. What am I not getting about this motherfucker? I got it, bro. And I told you. What did I tell you on the phone 4 days ago? I learned my lesson of you. I learned what I never learned in any other lifetime, and so shall it be. What was it? That people can experience love through sex. Okay, now I know why I should be wanting to have sex, because this will feel good. I found out that there is a good feeling that comes with sex. Wow. Thank you for teaching me that. Now, I would like to have good sex. Can you teach? Oh, no, that's not your department. That's not your department. You're not here. And then you got Wolfman, Sir Swing-a-Ling, rubbing the bed. I can show you what good sex feels like. I'm good at this. All right, I'm going to go have good sex. Now, can I have anything but good sex with you, or you're just here to teach me what good sex feels like? Fuck. All right, so I get a fuck boy. Well, that's one step up to whatever I'm getting closer to. Am I going to get a husband eventually? Are any of these, do I get the full package or just Reese's Pieces of men? I know what a caring, kind, supportive man looks like. I know what this is. Can I get it in a full package? No, get it in layers. Really? What is Wolfman here to teach me? Do you have anything else to teach me? Can you teach me anything else but great sex? Isn't that your area of expertise? Aren't you just that? You're just a sex practitioner? Well, I guess. But my question is there more than sex? And that's where you learn from Bobby not to want more than sex. Just be grateful for good sex, something you never had before. Fair enough. Fine. Don't want more. More sex or more man? See what I mean? Reese's Pieces to the bullshit. Like, you're just karma. That's what I mean. I thought you were my emperor, but you're just a knight of wands. And I was ungrateful for the fact that you had a good hard dick that I could ride on. I wanted more than that. I should have just been grateful. Well, here we are, and I'm ready to accept your big hard dick and take it for a ride. Really? Yes. Does he have anything else to give God? He's giving me all I need. Apparently, you could say that. The only healing I need left is sexual healing. And he's studying, he's practicing, he's trying to be all pleasing. It's really the gifts God gave you is all you need to be great. He didn't give you such gifts. Honestly, I don't know. Whatever. My relationships suck. I don't think I'm really going to get a marriage out of this. And that's what God said. It's like, he would be a good time. I was trying to have a long time, not just a good time, but all right, we'll have a couple good times. You're so mean. No, my life is, dude. I just see it for what it's worth. I thought it was worth more. I thought I sold my soul for more. I guess most of you just want great sex. That's all what Bobby wants. He'll sacrifice his whole life for great sex. I'll sacrifice your whole life for great sex. I'll sacrifice your whole life, your wife and your children, for great sex for me, not you. I'm the one that's been deprived of it my whole life. I'm the one that's been deprived of this my whole life. I'm deserving of great sex. He's a good looking package too. He's a grown man, isn't he though? Don't put on any weird things. Don't get weird about it. Weird me out. He's a weirdo, isn't he though? Uncle Nasty. He's gonna bring out, okay. And that's what it is. He's a reflection of my sexuality that I deny. And the more I deal with him, the more it'll come out. But now we need someone to play with. Well, what better than some sexual deviant just like yourself? Oh, this is great. We're going to have great sex. Does this make a great baby? Or we're just having great sex? Really? Seriously. Have a future with this man? Nope. None of them. Can I have a future with him? Nope. Why do you make me so in love with a man I can't have a future with? This is hell. All right, don't keep repeating. Yeah, depending on the surrounding cards, the Nine of Wands reverse can indicate ill health, physical or mental. Yeah, I'm mentally ill. Realistically, on some cases. It's all given by God, I think. All right, judgment and life changes, rebirth. I hope for you. Really? You just got to see it in a different way, like I do all the time. Try to look at this differently. Really? Just keep looking at it until it looks better. And then if not, just stop looking at it. Really, I'm not looking at these. I don't want to think that you're going to pop up in my messages again. Why? Because I don't like how it feels. It's not like you're going to tell me anything I want to hear. It's all lies. Really? What's he ever going to say to me that's going to make me happy? Oh, I'm thinking about leaving my wife. That's not going to make me happy. What does that mean for me? That I got to do all kinds of work? You need me for this? You never needed me. You needed to take care of that on your own. Realistically, yeah. That's where it's like, if I never came into your life, you would have never left your wife anyways. So you might as well just go back to that, and I'll just go back to my life. Realistically, yeah, nobody else would have told you to consider such things. So forget the thought. Just go back to your reality. Quit thinking and go back to what it is. Because you don't have what it takes to leave your wife. You can't raise your kids by yourself. I'm not that chick, and you're fucked. Realistically, yeah, it was a great plan that didn't work out. So go back and, try to find another way out or a side chick. Something that works for your life. I don't. Really? No, I'm cool. And you don't work for mine. Really? I'm taking it to the next level, which is what? Great sex. Sorry, that's mean to say. I used our experience to take it to the next experience. That was a big experience for me. I had not had sex. I was really afraid of it, and I was really not giving into it, and I finally did. And it was an experience, and I wanted to do more, but that wasn't an experience I could have with you. You are so fucking limited, motherfucker. Realistically, how much sex do you even give to your wife? Does she get enough dick? Something to think about while you're over here chasing pussy all the time. Maybe it's not the women. Maybe it's you. Am I the only one that's not satisfied with your sexual availability? And that's really what it is. What we're gonna do with him? Fuck him. And it's like, that's not even, like, what, once a month? That's like I'm married to you. I fuck you probably more than your wife does. That's boring. This is all the dick you got? No, I need more dick in my life. I have to make up for a lot of years of no dick. Really? Yeah, I just want to hold it. I'm turning all these guys on. I'm just having fun with you. Calm down, dude. Give it a minute and I'll start fearing your penis. Is it circumcised? See, don't let me think about it. That's just a it's a warming thought until it becomes, you know, not such comforting. How's this feel? I don't know. Let's try it out. Just kidding. I'm being an asshole. All right, let's talk about it. What do we got in the comments? Hello. Can I ask a question? I mean, go for it. It is okay to be what? Is it okay to? I don't know. If you're high, I smoke weed all day and don't be high. That's why I don't invest in good weed. I don't think it's good to be high all day. Like if I was getting high all day, I wouldn't be smoking all day. Like when I'm high, I'm like, oh, okay, I need to stop now. Really? I just keep going because I don't be high. And is it tolerance? No, it's a conscious level actually. Some of them will. Some of the certain, herbs that I smoke will affect my body where I'm like, oh, I feel chill. But no, not realistically. To sit around high all day though, it's a certain state of mind. And so depending on how it affects you. And that's the difference. If I smoke weed and that's just like, there's a difference between someone like Snoop Dogg smoking weed with you and you know what I mean? So, different people. Different people, like some of us old school smokers, we're not getting high like you, bro. Like one puff and you're fucked up. Like we've been puffing the Magic Dragon for fucking 20 fucking years. We don't get high. We just smoke. Realistically, do you think he's high? Do you think that I'm looking at Snoop Dogg or like, what's your fucking name? Willie Nelson, or even Cheech and Chong. Do you think that like there's a certain amount they hit and then they're like, yeah, I'm cool? Or they just smoke all the time? It's like 420 all the time with them. Really? And going back to myself, that's what I said too. It's like, I really don't smoke that much. Really? Mm-mm. I buy an eighth that lasts for 2 days. How much is an eighth? It's like an 8 ball. It's 3 grams, 3.5 grams. Realistically, if you bought a pre rolled joint, that's 1 gram. So I smoked 3 joints within 2 days. If you want to break this down. Now, if we broke it down and I showed you an eighth and we broke it down, it'd probably be 2 blunts. So am I high all day? No. But again, it's just me smoking. So how much does it take? You know what I mean? I just puff on it. Realistically, it's just a buffer between the cigarettes because you can't smoke back-to-back cigarettes. Really? I don't know. But, like, no, you can't get shit done when you're high. No, you can't. You can't sit there smoking indica and expect to do anything with your life but sit there. If you want to sit in meditation, smoke indica. You're not going to be able to move. You want to get some shit done, you smoke a sativa and you get some shit done. Realistically, I mean, it might make you paranoid. It might give you too much energy. It's like drinking too much coffee. They're 2 different types of weed. Most of them are hybrid where they try to take the 2 and mellow it down because they don't want you to be a couch cushion and then they don't want you to be a tweaker. They don't want you hiking mountains or, you know what I mean, eating up the kids' food. They're trying to find a good melody to this, but some people just like to hike mountains and some people don't want to leave the video games. It's a preference, you know what I mean, between indica, which is sleepy juice, or sativa, which is coffee juice. They're 2 different types of highs that affect the body. Now, because I don't work through my conscious like that, I can only have a body high. My mind doesn't get high. My body will get high. So meaning if I put enough indica in here, I'm not moving. My body is real lazy. It's very hungry. I don't get hungry off of every weed I smoke. In essence, I smoke a lot of sativas, so I get it active. There's a lot of energy flowing through me. So like I had told B, I'm the type of person to smoke a joint and do something. Not like, no, that never works for me. If I go out at night and smoke a joint before bed, I'm gonna be up for 2 more hours. Really? Yeah, it doesn't even really matter what weed I smoke, to be honest. That's how it works for me. Really? Yeah, I don't get tired with weed, but there's weeds that are making you tired. And then there's weeds that give you, that's just to whatever your psychology is. But to sit around, you know what I mean, smoking fucking sour diesel all day, straight gasoline, bro, I'll be tweaking. I'll never have ate a meal. I would have done 15 million things. And I mean, like it's like 2:00 in the morning and I'm planning tomorrow's adventure. Really? Yeah, you can't be high like that all the time. I don't know. There's a lot of people that would argue with me that smoke all day and maintain their high all day. There's people that microdose and maintain that all day too. Really, it's a state of consciousness that they're maintaining. Same with your, your caffeine levels. When you done fucked up your caffeine levels because you're about to get a migraine. You didn't take in enough caffeine. Really? I mean, staying high all day, what are you high on? Are you high on life? You high on the Holy Spirit? You high on a substance? And that's really what it is like, understand tolerancy. Like, you can have one fucking shot and be lit, but this motherfucker's been drinking gin and juice since he was 15, and so he's going to take down a whole handle and never be as drunk as you. Really? I mean, you got to understand that. It doesn't, everybody's body is different. Everybody relates to chemicals differently, and this is, adding chemicals. Melatonin, that'll knock some people down, bro. They're fucking dead. They're like, you gave them a horse tranquilizer, a fucking roofie or something. They're dead off of a melatonin, a cup of tea. Realistically, yeah. And then you see these kids, you give them coffee, and they're like, "What the fuck?" You're like, "Dude, that never does that to me." I don't know. That question is determines on the person and what they're doing with their day. Why their consumption of weed depends on what is it doing for you. Is it stopping you from being you, or is it accelerating you to be able to be more of you? And that's why people drink. They drink because they think that they're freer. It frees their inhibitions. It makes them more relaxed. It makes them something that they're not. Realistically, weed doesn't make me powerful. It doesn't make me really anything. Not really. No. I mean, it's like a cigarette. But at the same time, like, if I don't smoke a cigarette, can I be irritated? After a while, yeah, I think I need to smoke. Realistically, it's a coping mechanism, as all things are. Are you, and that's where it is like, are you trying to smoke the most expensive weed and try to be the highest and maintain that high all day? That's something I don't like. I don't like to get to a place like I'll be smoking. That's what I told her. We went over to, we smoke all day, but we went over and had one session with her family, and I was high. I was like, dude, it was like, well, she smokes better weed. I was like, obviously. I was like, really? Yeah. When I'm like, no, I'm cool. Meaning I can feel it already in my body. I don't need to put more in my body. I feel it. I'm not going to sit there and try to, I'm starting to feel cool. Let me hit that again. No, I'm cool. I don't need to, I'm cool. I like this to wear off now. We might start it up again, or I decide I'm not going to smoke your weed because it made me feel funny. So I'm just going to smoke my nothing. Really? Most people want that feeling, and they try to keep it all day. They're chasing that high. I'm not. And if I get high, I'm putting it down. Like, I'm high. I'm cool. Really? I don't like, no. And that's what they're doing. Like, so, that's what I told her. I was like, dude, I got a bag yesterday and I felt like it was kind of strong. She's like, really? It's like, I only smoked one joint and I felt like I was really high. So I rolled one this morning and we got halfway through it, and she was like, that's pretty good weed. How much did you pay for that? $6. But they told me I had a $10 discount and I could get 10 grams for fucking $10. But I didn't know if it was good weed, and I didn't want to get stuck with 10 grams because that would take me forever to smoke. She's like, girl. I was like, I know. I think I'm going to go back today. That shit was pretty cool. Realistically, you're high when you're just holding it. You're like not even inclined to smoke again. You're not even inclined to light it. You're like, you just look at it and put it down. You're like, I don't need any more. That's, I don't know. People want to just be that high all the time. I was like, I'm going to chill. I need to go walk this off or something. I feel like I'm high. I can't speak for all potheads, dude. I'm not all potheads. Really? No, I can't speak for them. And if you feel guilty for being high all day, somebody else will definitely make you feel guilty. It doesn't matter if you were high or not. They made fucking Snoop Dogg feel so guilty he gave it up. He retired from smoking marijuana. And he came back stronger than ever. And I don't think anybody in this world can outsmoke Snoop Dogg. I mean, I think that's just a whole fucking Cali thing in general. The Bay Area, dude, they fucking just power smoke. I've gone to fucking, I think it depends on the person. Because these 420 festivals, bro, I've done it with them and I feel laid out for like 3 days. Just sit there power smoking hour after hour. People are just passing you weed all day. You're just in a festival of weed for all day. Hours. Oh man, I've put in a good 12 hours of smoking with my brother on a 420. I think we ended up, we were at the Snoop Dogg concert afterwards. We did all of that shit. It's a thing if you can keep up. And he was fine. He was fine the next day. I was like, I don't ever want to smoke again. That's what they do to kids. They find out you're smoking, make you smoke a whole pack, and you're like, I'll never do that again. Realistically, I mean, some people they put one out to light one up. I'm like, I need to chill. Let me light a cigarette or something. I don't know, bro. What are you doing when you're high? I'm not going to make you feel guilty for getting high, and you're not going to make me feel guilty for smoking weed all day. So there's your answer. I don't know if that was the answer you were going for, but I never have all the answers. What's the next one? Why, when I'm high, I go near a cemetery and I get paranoid? Because you've seen stuff. Your mind. Paranoia comes from the mind. What are you scared of? Does weed open up to the spiritual realm? They consider that, yeah, because you enter into a different part of your consciousness. But paranoia is one of the most common ones you hear. I used to laugh at people about that. Why does paranoia come? Because you become very aware. It's an awareness drug for sure. You start getting paranoid that, you feel high and you think you look high and people can see it and you become paranoid of other people's thoughts. And that's where the awareness is. You have an awareness of yourself and how you're projected to other people. And that's where the paranoia comes. It makes people feel uncomfortable in their own skin because now they can see themselves outside of themselves and they've never felt this before. Really? This out of body experience, which they're not really, they're just seeing themselves from outside of themselves. So in that alone, that's a spiritual, tool, because reflection and seeing yourself from outside and that evaluation is all spiritual. Really? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't say that you're going to trip out every time anybody that smokes marijuana, but everyone that does has a spiritual experience. It's not like doing, hallucinogens or something. It's something that you feel. It's a spiritual feeling that happens inside of you. Your perception changes. Your feelings about things change. There's funny comedians. I'm seeing Cat Williams. It's like, you just need to get some fuck it in your life. You be stressing everything. And then you hit the weed and you look at everything a little bit different and it's not so stressful. It's not the end of the world. Those are called coping mechanisms. You know what I mean? When you're real stressed out at work, you go and you have a cigarette and now it's not so bad. There's things that we turn to and stuff like that. And it becomes, in essence, tobacco was always that. It was a spiritual thing. You know what I mean? You would hit the tobacco and tap into your true essence, and also an ability to tap into the essence of God or other spirits, depending on the religious practice. So yeah, it is. But, and I make jokes. It's like, I smoke religiously. Really? I mean, yeah. So yeah, anything else? And we just had a huge talk about drug addicts and shit. I am not fucking encouraging you to become a pothead. I'm not encouraging you to pick up drugs because, they always blamed marijuana as a gateway drug. Eventually your tolerance gets up and you don't get high anymore, like, as I said. And that's when people start trying other things. That's why they call it a gateway. Is this is no longer doing it for you, so you go to do something else. Before, what really made it a gateway is anybody that sold marijuana sold something else. That's how it was a gateway. Oh, I ain't got no weed, but I got this. That's not what happens. You go to a store now, and that's all they got. You're not going to be offered something that, you didn't want. You're just going to get marijuana. And you can get it as strong as you fucking want. And that's where they have these moon rocks. The fuck is a moon rock? Exactly. These crackheads. What is it? It's like the strongest form of fucking weed. You think it is, but it's not. Because then they come out with this fucking, they got these 100 milligram fucking candy bars. Just eat one and you'll be fucked up for the next 3 days. Really? I don't want to be high. I just want to smoke. I don't want to be high. I don't want to be high. I just want to smoke. Realistically, I guess, call me the O'Doyles or the O'Doyles. Is that the name of that beer that doesn't have alcohol in it? Oh, I'm like the Lewis Hamilton of marijuana. I smoke. I'm just not really high. I don't like to really get high. I just like to smoke. Really? What a waste. I mean, why are people smoking cigarettes? They're not getting high. They're just smoking. It's a good feeling. It's bad for your health. So is everything else we do. Gluten, sunscreen, fucking microwave food, too much fucking video time, everything. We're going to die from something. Jesus Christ. As long as God says not to give it up. That's what my kid said. Like, you're going to smoke forever. So I'll probably get tired of it one day. I get tired of it some days. Really? I'll just get tired of it. Not because I feel guilty or because it hurt my body. It's just like, I'm tired of this now. I'm going to stop. There's many people that do. They stop at an old age. They just stop. They got to get you while you're young. But, and that's it. People don't pick up smoking at older ages. You don't just become a smoker in your 20s or 30s. And it usually is induced by being around people that drink. Really? At any time, does anybody just offer you a cigarette? No, but if I'm holding a joint, I'm going to keep trying to pass it to you because it's just decency. I do it to Mr. Plum all the time, dude. I do it to anybody. Sorry, realistically, because I think I need to put it, no, just kidding. Just trying to put this somewhere. Really? You might fuck around and be next to me and I just pass it to you. You don't have to grab it. It's just a reaction. I'm just used to passing the dough cheap on the right-hand side. Not the left, the right. It's not anti-clockwise, it's clockwise. It's an American thing. Really? No. Don't do drugs. Jeez. Really? That's what it is. So you're a hypocrite. No, I'm trying to explain, but it doesn't seem right, apparently. Anyways, I don't know what we started with. What did we start with? The Emperor and Judgment. Okay, that's all we needed to know. I'll catch you guys later. Take action and balance shit out. Yes?